Good morning, Badgers. My name's Amanda Kujawa. I graduated in 2016 with my degree in communication arts and, of course, a certificate in digital studies. So I'll be taking over the Instagram today. I'm coming at you live and a little sweaty from Denver, Colorado. I work for a research center at the Colorado School of Public Health, doing all things marketing, communications, design, wearing all the hats, Jill of all tradesy. So I'll just be taking you through a day in my life. I've started today with a little trail run because when in Colorado, do as the Coloradans do, which is run, bike, or rock climb up the mountains. So I stuck with running today. This is one of my favorite views here, a little bit close to home, Red Rocks. So if you guys have any questions today, feel free to put it in this little box here and I'll do my best to answer them. Also, I'm going to be real with you guys because social media is really curated, and I'm a human. I did that intro probably 12 times because at the end I kept saying, glad to have you on board, like I was the captain of a ship or something. So today is going to be really fun. Glad to have you on board. All right, I'm showered and I've done some heat damage to my hair, so I'm ready to go to work. So for the whole pandemic, I've been working from home. My little office space and my work colleague, Charlie. He's sometimes very needy, which creates kind of a toxic work culture. Sorry, buddy. But today I'm actually going into the office. I started going to the office last week. It's very exciting. I found a water bottle I left there. So here we go. So a little background, I work for a research center at the Colorado School of Public Health, which is based on the Anschutz Medical Campus. So my center is called the Center for Health, Work, and Environment. Our mission is to advance worker health, safety, and well-being through education, research, and practice. So I work in an open office, which I actually really love because I can just spin around. She's not there right now, but I spin around and talk to my lovely coworker, Courtney. This is my workspace. I've also decorated with some drawings, very professional. I like to start my mornings with the news, and so I subscribe to The Skim. I also get my news from The Daily. Thank you, Michael Barbaro. And if I really want to be depressed, I also use Feedly, which is a great resource. You can type in different topics. So for my job, a lot of health and safety news from different sources, and then it compiles all of the articles in one place. Something I love about our office is we have this long center table here so everyone can kind of gather and chat. It's also the place for fresh fruit from my director's wife's garden. He also likes to keep these science beakers filled with chocolate and all you can drink hand sanitizer. So something that's tricky about open office environments is that it's really awkward to take over an Instagram for the day and document your work out loud. So I actually wanted to show you guys. So I use this project management tool called Trello. Absolutely love it. So today I have on my list, I'm going to rebrand some documents. I'm going to design a couple logos. I need to hire a photographer for this project. We have an event coming up, so I'm going to send out an email for that through MailChimp. I want to take a bit of LinkedIn Learning on instructional design. And then I have cards for the week. I recently handed this off, but I was in charge of all of the social media. I might be waiting for information, so these are kind of on hold projects. I also have projects in the cooker, things that are kind of long-term or on the back burner for now. This is kind of how I keep myself organized. It's really, really helpful. So we have a webinar coming up in September, so I am creating an email to go out to our whole list on MailChimp. I have found this image. I did edit it so that the family is more diverse and put their clothes and our branding colors because believe it or not, most images or illustrations, everyone is white. Shock. And something I learned actually through my digital studies certificate was about accessibility. So making sure that any image you have has alt text. So for this image, I might put, illustration of family standing together. Just in case people have screen readers and you don't want the screen reader to read. You want to make sure you have that alt text. Also paying attention to colors, not having, green text on a red background, making sure that, if folks are colorblind or have different visual impairment, making sure that they can still see your emails and get the right information. So another great thing I learned in digital studies was a bit of HTML coding. And so sometimes if MailChimp's not really doing what I want, I'll go into the code here and either take out unnecessary code or kind of edit it to how I want it to look. And I got that through digital studies, and it's probably what I use every day. Also a big fan of listening to music while I work. I alternate usually between Kesha or this deep focus playlist. Depends what I'm working on or how I'm feeling. Let me know what you guys like to listen to when you're working or studying. So I just kind of a meeting with our events team. That's why I love my job. I get to kind of work with every team that's in the center because communications just touches everything. So we were discussing what events we have coming up, the email communications that are needed, if we need to bring anything, if we're having a booth at the event, if I need to design like a stand-up banner, if I have to design some collateral. So we chatted about that, and now I've moved on to designing some logos. So when I start a design project, I really like to do some research first and get some inspiration. And so I'll probably browse Pinterest a little bit. And I also love this website called Design Seeds, and it has a bunch of really nice palettes to get started. And then I'll move on. I am trying to design a logo for, it's called the Total Worker Health Society. And I really want to incorporate worker health, safety, and well-being. And so I kind of stuck with a theme of 3, a triangle, or a circle kind of showing integration or society, and just coming up with a bunch of options because people don't really know what they want until they see what they don't want. Something I've had to learn, especially being in the creative field, is learning how to be assertive, which I am not. I am a type A people pleaser. But with design, you can keep editing something to death. And so I've learned to give people, X many rounds of feedback, and really pushing back if I think something looks good and there's a strategy for why I picked that shape, why I picked that image. So making sure that you can argue for yourself, be confident, and stand up for your design because you know what you're doing. So I got a question asking which course I learned HTML in, and I'm pretty sure it was LIS 351, Introduction to Digital Information. I found this course super helpful, just learning about databases and metadata and how information is stored and organized, learning about usability and accessibility and information policy issues, copyright. So that was one of the courses I found the most valuable. The other course I highly recommend is Art 107. And please don't be scared if you're not like, I'm not good at drawing. It covers so many art forms. And this is where I was really introduced to the Adobe Creative Suite, which I use every single day. Very important to step away from your computer and take a little walking break. I love this campus. I think it's really beautiful. I know UW's campus is way better. But look, we have this ball structure. That's pretty genius. So aside from my job, I volunteer for this nonprofit called Eat, Breathe, Thrive. I do graphic design and social media for them. They integrate yoga and eating disorder recovery. So on my walk, I posted on Instagram for them. I designed the graphic. And so just to say that if you have a cause that you really care about, but that cause might not be your career or what you get paid for, volunteer. So on Wednesdays, I always have a session with my mentee. I volunteer with the Eating Disorder Foundation here in Denver, and I applied to be a mentor and was matched up with a mentee. So we meet for an hour every week and just discuss where they are in their recovery, what's going well. And I feel so grateful to be able to hold somebody in that space because I've been there. I'm still there some days, and it's really hard. And not digital studies related, but if you or somebody you know is struggling, you're not alone, and please reach out for support. All right, we made it home. Full day. I still have, on Wednesdays, I have 3 hours of training. I'm training to be a CASA volunteer. I don't know if Wisconsin has these, but in Colorado and in Denver, we have court-appointed special advocates. So I'll be assigned a case with a kiddo anywhere from 0 to 18. It could be a truancy case or dependency and neglect, and I'll be the kiddo's voice in court. I'm specifically assigned so that the kiddo has someone representing just them and their interests. So that'll be a long training tonight, but I'm excited to be home and had a great time taking over this Instagram. I do want to offer up my email address if you have any questions related to digital studies, communication arts. I was on the rhetoric track. If you just want to talk about how cool it is to be a Badger or anything eating disorder related. I know that's kind of a heavy topic, but sometimes it can help to just talk to someone who doesn't know you and is super non-judgmental and has been through it before. So reach out to me with anything you want. You're a Badger, you're crushing it. Kudos.